Hello and good evening, guys, and welcome to this live session, CMA Charcha. Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing? कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? Good evening, Vivek. Good evening, Anuraj. Aman Ansari. How are you all? Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this session of CMA Charcha. And yes, today's session is on interview skills. Yes, a special session curated for the students who have just qualified their CMA Intermediate or have qualified their CMA Final, because intermediate students will go in finals now and they will be appearing for their interview in their articleship tenure, and final students who will be now appearing for the interviews to the much coveted the corporate world. So yes, a much needed session. But yes, before I start my session, absolutely. There is a comment in the comment box, and I absolutely resonate with the emotion and with that particular comment. Saddest day for CMA fraternity. Indeed, saddest day for CMA fraternity. Indeed, a day that has taken away a gem from us. A person who was an inspiration, not only for his students, but also for his co-faculty members, also for his peers, also for the teachers who were working with him, because the zeal, the passion, the enthusiasm which this person had, at least I couldn't figure it out, or I couldn't see it in the entire country. The passion which Mohit sir had for CMA students, for his teaching, for teaching law, is seldom seen in anyone else. Yes, a big day where we have lost one of the gems of CMA fraternity. And since morning, since I've heard this sudden demise of Mohit sir, yes, I am actually disturbed. On one side, I had a thought in mind that let's cancel today's session of interview skills. Let's postpone it to some other day. But then I thought that, one thing which defines life is life moves on. So yes, we will also continue with our session. But yes, my deepest condolences to the entire family of MEPL. First of all, the family, children, wife of Mohit sir, parents, all the close relatives and family members. They have lost their most important person of their home. And second, my deepest condolences with the entire MEPL faculties, members, sort of, guidance, a big brother's hand is no more there with us. So yes, may God bless them with strength to bear this loss. This loss is an irreparable loss. This loss is a loss which cannot be compensated with any amount of words or anything else in this world. So yes, this has happened, and it's really saddening. It's really saddening. I can actually see the plethora of messages which all of you are sending for sir. Yes, and he deserves it. He deserves it. Yes, Pranay, Kavita, Ashish, Abhijit Panda, Anuraj, Shraddha, Prabhuji Senapati, Arvind Upadhyay, Vivek Kumar Jha. Yes, he indeed was a legend. Yes. Okay, so let's move on with today's agenda, guys. But before I come on to our today's agenda of interview skills, let me abreast you with two important test series which have been started for all the CMA Intermediate and Final students. And no, you need not necessarily should have taken classes from me to attend this test series session. You, if you're a CMA student and you're located anywhere in the country, free of cost, this test series session is there for you. Okay, this is for CMA Intermediate, two subjects, taxation and audit. Tax would definitely include direct tax as well as indirect tax. As of now, the direct tax schedule is given on this screen. So guys, this is the test series schedule which will happen online. If you want to join this test series session, especially for intermediate students, please call on this number 9643929913. Please WhatsApp on this number and get yourself added to the WhatsApp group, and you'll be able to access this test series session, which is a date-wise test series session. April, May, June, all 3 months this test series session will continue. I've given you part a date sheet now, and part date sheet will be released very, very soon. Similarly, for CMA final students, 2 subjects test series is on. 2 subjects are cost audit and BVM SPM. Cost audit and BVM SPM test series is on, guys. Cost audit and SPM BVM test series has got this following schedule. So please, get yourself added to this WhatsApp group, and you'll be able to access the schedule, the test series, and how the test series will take place. Entire things or everything will be scheduled now. All right, so these are the 2 test series which have been launched. Now coming on to our agenda for today. So our agenda for today is interview skills. All right, so yes, interview skills are by far the most important, one of the most important skills which are required not only by qualified CMAs but also by intermediate students. Why? Because intermediate students also need interview skills to crack their articleship program. So if you want to crack your articleship program, then your interview skills should definitely be very, very good. So let me adjust my camera a little bit. I think the focus is out. So let me adjust my camera a little bit so that you can see the entire screen properly. And yes, now you can see the entire screen properly. I think now you can see almost the entire scene properly. All right, so the agenda for today's session is interview skills. What is interview all about? How can you improve your interview skills? How can you actually make sure that you get through those critical hours of interview when you are being interviewed? Now let me tell you one very important thing, guys, which I have seen in my career. You might have scored 90% marks in your 12th. You might have scored 95% marks in your graduation. You might have been meritorious all through, but interview skills are a game changer. I have seen people with very, very low merits, with very, very low percentages, scoring interview, bagging an interview much more than a person who scored a rank. So rank or percentages or good score doesn't guarantee any job to you. Job is guaranteed only and only by interview skills. If you have good interview skills, only then can you ensure that you'll get a good job. So marks and interview are 2 separate things, and marks never land you to your dream job, but interview skills will land you to your dream job. And that is why this session, interview skills, has been organized for all of you, for CMA Intermediate as well as final students. So today we are going to discuss some basic stuff about interview skills. Now, first question which we need to answer while we are discussing the interview skills is that, what is the purpose of an interview? What is the purpose of an interview? Why is interview scheduled? What is the purpose with which an interview is scheduled? That is the first question which we ask ourselves, and which is there in our minds also, guys. Why is an interview scheduled? Now the answer to that question is, the purpose of an interview is to market yourself. So just like an advertisement is there for a product, I mean, if you want to sell a product, then your advertisement, you see an advertisement, marketing advertisement on the television. Just like that, guys, your interview or your CV or your selling skills are demonstrated in an interview. So interview is all about marketing. You have to market yourself. And the best part or the best thing about marketing is that you highlight your positives and conceal your negatives. Highlight your positives and conceal your negatives. That is a very trademark way of marketing yourself. So advertisement will actually ensure that your products is sold well, and advertisement do not showcase any negatives about the product but only positive about the product. So your responsibility in your interview session, you need to project your positives and conceal your negatives. That is how I would put it in a very, very simple manner. So there are 2-3 pointers which you need to remember. The purpose of an interview. Purpose of an interview is that it explains your CV. Your CV will be explained by an interview. An interview is the best tool which will explain your CV. And let me see if I can open this PPT on the screen so that you are able to see the entire PPT. Okay. I'll just open this PPT on the screen itself so that there is no portion which is cut. Okay. I'm just opening the file, guys, on the computer screen so that you are able to see the entire PPT well. All right. Yes, it is opening. Okay. Till the time it is processing, let us continue with our session. Perfect. Great. Great, guys. Now you will be able to see the entire PPT well. All right. Now you are not missing any part of the PPT. Okay. So Nikhil asks that some multiple attempts will have any negative impact on our job. This session is just to answer this question of yours. How will interview skills help you in your job? So please see this session carefully and you will get your answer after the session. All right. So guys, purpose of the interview. What is the purpose of the interview? Purpose of the interview is very, very, very clear. Purpose of the interview is that, first of all, it explains your CV. Your CV is to be explained to all the interviewers. So you need to explain your CV through your interview. That is a very good source to explain your CV. That is the first benefit of an interview. Second is that it demonstrates your skill and attitude. Now, two things which are to be demonstrated at this point in time. Number one, your skills are to be demonstrated, which means what is your knowledge level? How knowledgeable are you? That is to be demonstrated. Secondly, your attitude is very, very important. Whether are you an arrogant person or are you a flexible person? Are you a team player? All these attitudes need to be demonstrated through an interview. So interview is a very good way to demonstrate two things. First, your skill and your attitude. It makes a good impression. So of course, we need to market ourselves. We are equivalent to a product which is launched in the market. So if you want to make a good impression about ourselves, then guys, we market ourselves through interview. Understand about the job and the company. Now, the last point is very, very critical, guys, and most students fail to understand this point. What is the last point? Understand about the job and the company. Guys, as much as you want to explain yourself to the company, you need to understand about the company as well. What do they do? In which area do they specialize? In what sphere do they work? All these things are very, very important. So understand about the job and the company. Zainab Khan asks, what type of attitude? Attitude means you should have humility. You should have courtesy. You should have good manners. You should be able to present yourself well. You should be ready for giving a tough fight to anyone and everyone. You should be very prompt in answering things. You should be very active. You should not be afraid of obstacles in life. All these attitude related things are demonstrated through an interview. So this is the purpose of interview. Now the question is how to prepare ourselves for interview. Now this is one thing which we all grapple with. Sir, इंटरव्यू से पहले क्या करना चाहिए, what do we do before the interview, how should we dress up, how should we speak, how should we prepare ourselves. इंटरव्यू 2 दिन बाद है, हमें 2 दिन का टाइम मिला है, 2 दिन में क्या क्या करना चाहिए. So prepare yourself for the interview. It basically contains 3 important things, guys. Know yourself, know yourself. So but we already know ourselves. What do you mean by know yourself? We already know ourselves, huh? Guys, I know you know yourself, but let me tell you that before interview you need to know yourself, and I'll deliberate upon it. I'll tell you in detail what do you mean by know yourself. So but we know we are CMA, we are so and so, we know everything. No, you don't know about yourself. I'll tell you how to know yourself. Then know about the employer. And the fourth point also discusses this: understand about the job and the company. So the second important critical factor is know about your employer. And most students falter on this point, guys. They are not aware about their employers at all. And I'll deliberate upon this. What do you mean by that? And third is getting ready for the interview day. How to get ready for the interview day. So can I have a very good, very good colorful shirt? Can I wear a colorful shirt to my interview? Can I wear a pajama to my interview? Can I wear sneakers to my interview? All those questions will be answered by the end of this particular session. Let's come to the next question. Know yourself. How do you know yourself? Now, question should be, so how do we know ourselves? What do you mean by know yourself? Guys, know yourself means, first of all, know your strengths and weaknesses. That is the most important and common question which is asked by the interviewer. Please tell me about your strengths. Please tell me about your weaknesses. So you should be prepared to tell the interviewer, what are your strengths? Your strength can be that, I'm a hard worker. I work very hard. I can work for long hours. I'm a team player. I work with team. And you have to demonstrate all these traits also. Like you can say that I was captain of my basketball team in school. I have led my football team in college, etc., etc. Okay. This kind of attitude, this kind of strength can be demonstrated. Now, second is weakness. Okay. Now, weakness should not be affecting your job. That is very, very important. Okay. So, your weakness can be that I am very particular about very minor things and I go into details of the things. How is that a weakness? Because it takes a lot of time to do that thing instead of, completing it quickly. Now, this although is a weakness, but you are very, very smart, huh? Very smart, bro. Very smart. Very chalak, bro. Very chalak. This is actually your weakness, but you are portraying your strength using this weakness. So this is how you need to play with your words when you are telling your weaknesses. So you cannot say, sir, I'm very lazy. I'll get up at 11 a.m. in the morning and I don't take a bath, for 3-4 days. You cannot say something which might, affect your future prospects. Your weakness should be such that it is converted into a strength. That is a very important point. So strengths and weaknesses. Chalak, bro, chalak. Yes. The second thing is know your resume well. Know your curriculum vitae well. Now, guys, many students, whatever they write in their curriculum vitae, whatever they write in their resume, they actually are not aware of what it actually is. So, you have done an assignment of tax directory at source 3 months back, or 1 year back. You have written in your resume, I have done TDS form filing for so and so client. Now the interviewer is asking you, what was this client all about? What was this client's into? What was its turnover? How many TDS entries were there in the TDS return? And you are blank, and you are telling the interviewer, sir, I don't remember. Now that will give a bad impression of you. So just before your interview, you have to really read or reread or 10 times read your resume, so that you are aware what is written in your resume or CV. You should be very well versed with your resume. Everything which is written in the resume, you should understand that, and you should actually, remember things which are there in your CV. That is very, very, very important. Now, how to write and what to write in CV. This is a different session. I will take this session maybe next time, because CV writing or resume writing is one of the most important and critical factor in your success. I'll be taking this session maybe next time. Okay. Objectives of seeking employment. Now, this is very, very important, guys. You should be aware, why do you want to join that company for which you are interviewing? Now, girls might say, we want to buy Prada goggles and Gucci Armani dresses and Chanel perfumes. And guys might say that, oh, we want Jordan sneakers. We want Gucci Armani suits. We want expensive clothings and expensive. No, that cannot be the objective for seeking employment. So you should be aware. Shopping, yes, shopping. Nalak. Someone is saying nail extensions. Nalak, not nail extensions, okay? So you should be aware, what are you seeking this job for? Why that company? Why are you seeking that company? So you should be aware about objectives of seeking the employment. Why are you seeking employment in that particular company? And the reason can be very, very, very generic. It can be very, very generic, or it can be specific. I'll tell you how. I was asked when I was getting interviewed for one of the big fours, which is KPMG. I was asked that, Nikhil, please tell us, what if you get an employment opportunity with other other big fours? You will go there. Why would you come to us? Okay. Then I told them an answer, and that answer clean bowled them. Let me tell you the answer. Answer was, sir, I'm here because I have read your mission statement, KPMG's mission statement. And one of the KPMG's mission statement is that you respect the individual. And I want to be working for a company which respects every individual, which respects every employee who's there in that particular company. And that is why I will prefer KPMG over any other company in this world. So, guys, please be ready to give some smart answers, okay? Your answers should be smart. So objective of seeking employment should be very, very clear in your mind. Why are you seeking employment in this particular company? It should be very, very clear. Then last but not all the least, your abilities and skills. What are your abilities? What are your skills? How can you demonstrate your good qualities? What are the good qualities that you have? Just sit back and think about your good qualities. Write them on a piece of paper and write one example in your entire life. How did you demonstrate those good abilities or those good skills? So guys, very, very important that you need to nalayak. A student is saying, Jyotish Raj, there's a nalayak student of mine, he's saying, ताकि शादी जल्दी से अच्छी हो जाए और शादी के लिए अच्छे अच्छे ऑप्शंस मिले, इसलिए we are seeking employment. Now this is exactly what I call a bad answer. This is exactly what I call a interview blunder. And this is exactly why we are discussing these questions. These are very simple questions, but guys, you are bound to make mistakes in answering these questions. And once you make mistakes in answering these questions, you will not reach the final level. You will not reach the concluding level of interview. So you need to be very, very clear about these aspects of your personality. Okay, these are aspects of your personality. And guys, sometimes including myself, I'm not aware about these things very clearly. Sometimes you need to think about these things. Okay, I play guitar well. Can I tell this to an interviewer? Abhinay Raj asks a question. I play guitar well. Can I tell this to an interviewer? Please think about something. Think about something. What is the benefit which accrues to the interviewer after listening to your this skill? Yes, you are skilled. Guitar playing is a good skill. But what benefit can a person derive or a company derive after listening to your skill? So would the company hire you for playing guitar? Would the company ask you to sit at the doorstep and sing songs day and night so that the emotions of the employees are calm down and they are doing good? Would this skill benefit your employer in any way? Answer is no. So guys, highlight those skills, pick up those skills which will be useful for the employer. This is what I know. This is a skill. I'm not undermining this skill, guys. Playing guitar is a very good skill. I am not undermining this skill of yours. I'm very happy Abhinay Raj is a very good guitar player. But please think from a company standpoint which is taking your interview. Is it that the company will be benefited out of that skill which you have? If yes, then only tell that skill to the company. So it is all about bringing out well. It is all about bringing your best part out, which is beneficial to the company. Think from the company standpoint as well. So yes, these are the know yourself tips, and now you understand why I have taken this topic. You are telling me, sir, we know everything about yourself. Guys, we all think that we know everything about ourselves. But when it comes to the interview, I have personally interviewed students who don't know anything about themselves. Yes, I have done that. They are aware about direct taxation. They are aware about indirect taxation. They are aware about accounting. They are aware about financial management, but they are not aware about themselves. So Please know yourself. That is the first prerequisite. That is the first important thing that you should prepare yourself before an interview. Now, the next is know the employer or the job. Now, this is a very, 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 very important point, guys. Most of us, when we receive a call after qualifying CMA, we are so happy in our world. Oh, wow, now I'll get selected in Vedanta. I have a package of 14 lakh rupees. Now I'll party hard. Everyone is that in that mode. Please come out of that mode, because to clear the interview, where Vedanta has called for, say, 50 candidates to select only 2 candidates, you stand a bleak chance of selection. If you don't prepare well now, then you will not be able to perform well in the examination. So the second important step is know the employer or the job. Nikhil Pediwal asks, biggest question is how to know your abilities and skills. I believe mentorship of teacher. Oh. So Nikhil Pediwal has asked a question, and in disguise, he has given some very good comment. Thank you so much, Nikhil. Thank you for these sweet words. But yes, how to know your abilities and skills, guys? This over a period of time, you will be able to understand your abilities. You will be able to understand your skills over a period of time. You will be able to realize them. Don't worry. All right. Now, next important point: know your employer, guys. So I have written 3 words on the screen. 3 words on the screen which are key: research, research, research. You need to be on Google and research about everything about that particular client. Like what products does that particular client deals in? What kind of products? Okay. Number 2, where all are there branches of that particular client? Where are branches, that particular company, where all branches are there? Number 3, what is the turnover or the total annual sales of that particular client? Okay. And how do you get it, guys? It's all publicly posted information, especially for listed companies. It's available online. If you Google it, there are various websites, there are various resource centers. Even the website of that particular company, go through the website of that particular company. Like I used to go through website of all the companies where I used to get interviewed in before my interview to know them. So what is the benefit? What is the benefit of having the knowing the company? The benefit is that when you demonstrate in the interview that you are aware about the company and you are so keen to join the company, guys, at that point in time, the interviewer is very, 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 very impressed by you. Just like I had impressed my interview by telling the mission statement of that particular company. The mission statement of KPMG I had told to my interviewer, and he was very, very, very impressed. Similarly, if you are aware about the company, it will be very beneficial to you. So research, read articles about the company. On LinkedIn, just search about the profile of the company. How many turnover? What is the turnover of the company? Read everything about the company. That is very, very important. Then prepare to demonstrate your knowledge of profession and the company. Guys, you need to demonstrate your knowledge, and you will be able to demonstrate your knowledge. Yes, this is a very good comment by Zainab. Zainab says they'll think that you are interested in them, and only when they will think that you are interested in them, they will hire you. They will hire you. So very, very important. Do research and prepare to demonstrate your knowledge towards the company and towards the profession. You should explain your knowledge to everyone of the interview panel, and you should be able to express yourself. Prepare to give reasons for your interest in working in that company. Okay. Please show keen interest in that company. Prepare yourself to eagerness to join that particular. Okay, I'll tell you my live example, guys. My live example. Please don't laugh at me, but this was a very innocent, and this was a very very innocent on my part. I was not acting. Okay, I was not acting at all. I'll tell you my live incident. So during my interview at KPMG, several times I had mentioned that I am very eager to join KPMG. I'm very eager to join KPMG. This I mentioned several times to the interviewer, and I showed my excitement. I'm very excited to join KPMG. When will I get the call from KPMG, etc., 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 etc. Okay. So the interviewer countered me and asked me, Nikhil, I am here. I am in KPMG for last 10 years, and I am not that excited. Why are you so excited? Why are you so excited to join KPMG? I've been working in KPMG for past 10 years. I don't know. Why are you so excited? I don't find any excitement. You know what I replied to him? I replied to him, sir, You are like Shah Rukh Khan, who has become the king of Bollywood, but I am like a fresher, a newcomer who has just got down from a local train in Mumbai, and I am searching my way to the tinsel town. I am searching my way to Bollywood. So, of course, you are the king of Bollywood. You would not feel that excited and that energetic. But I, who am a struggler, I want to be at a position where you are. I would definitely be excited. So, guys, this is how very, very, smartly you should place yourself with the interviewer, and you should actually demonstrate that yes, you are so eager to join that particular company. So these kind of answers will really help you get through the interview. So it's a very, very prepare for mindful thing. You have to be very, very mindful. Prepare to give reasons for your interest in working in that company. Why are you interested in working in that company? Give your reasons for that. Develop questions in advance to ask about the company and the organization. So after every interview they will ask you that what do you want to ask from the company. They will ask you that. And whenever they ask you that, guys, be ready to ask questions. Okay, questions like what kind of clientele you have, what will I work on, what is your job profile which I'll be working on. All these things can be asked from the interviewer by you. So keep some questions ready. अनुराज से सच में बोला था ये आपने? जी हाँ, मैंने सच में बोला था ये, और ये जवाब मेरा बहुत अप्रिशिएट भी किया गया था। और जब मैंने कंपनी ज्वाइन कर ली थी उसके बाद भी एचआर ने मुझे स्पेशली आके कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट करा था इस वाले जवाब के लिए। तो यस, इट वाज एंड इट वाज यूजफुल। ये ड्रामेटिक नहीं लगा था, ओवर एक्टिंग नहीं लगी थी, यूजफुल लगा था, और मेरा सिलेक्शन हुआ था। यस, सो द स्टूडेंट निखिल पेड़ीवाल सेज, सर वाई यू आर लिरिसिस्ट? तो निखिल पेड़ीवाल सिंह, तू शायर तो नहीं? नहीं, मैं कोई शायर नहीं, मैं कोई लिरिसिस्ट नहीं हूं, लेकिन हाँ, कुछ जवाब कुछ जवाब को मॉड्यूलेट करना हम सबको आना चाहिए। किस तरह स्मार्टली जवाब देते हैं वो हम सबको आना चाहिए। आप कभी जॉब इंटरव्यू फेल हुए हो? हाँ जनाब खान, बिल्कुल, मैंने भी जॉब इंटरव्यू फेल करे हैं at the initial level of my career. Yes, I have given some horrible answers, and I have also failed interviews. So ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि इंटरव्यू मैंने सारे के सारे पास ही करे हैं. So there are ups and downs in every interview, and you learn, gradually you all learn, we all learn. That's it. All right. So now before the interview, very, very important, guys, just one night before the interview, what you should do. Not one night, but much before, 2, 3, 4 days, or at least 1 week. Brush up your knowledge of obvious subjects. And for you, the obvious subjects are that DT, IDT, IFRS, Ind AS. All these subjects should be you should be abridged about before the interview. And they will ask you questions from DT, they will ask you questions from IDT, everything they will ask you. Read newspaper daily, at least 1 month before the interview. So guys, 1 month before the interview, you should be abridged with all the general knowledge questions. That is very, very important. Share your updated CV to the HR in case of any updates. So sometimes what happens is, in campus placement, you upload your CV. The interviews happen 2 months later. During these 2 months, you have done something spectacular, something really nice. In that case, update your CV, give it to the HR, and carry 2 hard copies of the CV and give it to the interviewer, and ask the interviewer to give you take that updated CV. Yes, costing is also very important. Costing and financial management. Guys, especially in CMA campus interview, Nestle comes, and Nestle is very keen on asking questions on financial management, like what is IRR. Okay, those kind of questions Nestle asks. So yes, that's about it. Share your updated CV to the HR. Talk to the employees of the company through LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a very good way, guys. Just make your profile or CV in LinkedIn, and upload your CV in LinkedIn, and try to talk to the employees of that particular company to understand about their culture, about their questions that can be asked, etc., etc. Now, on the date of the interview, very, very important, guys, on the date of the interview, be 15 minutes early rather than 5 minutes late. Guys, you cannot afford to be late in an interview. Whenever you are meeting some important people in your life, then also you're not generally late. So today only I met a friend of mine who promised that he would come at 2:30 p.m. He promised that, but he came at 2:45. And that soon as he came in, he started giving me certain explanations, certain reasons why he got late. So guys, in a personal front, on a personal front, it might be okay to come late by 15 minutes or 10 minutes, but on a professional, so sometimes on a personal front also it is not very congenial, because other person might think that, oh, he is not interested in meeting, I think that's why he is not on time. So on personal front also it is a bad habit, but otherwise on a professional front, guys, this is absolutely not a good sign. You should rather be 15 minutes early than 5 minutes late. You cannot be 5 minutes late. Be as early as possible. That's perfectly fine. आधा घंटा पहले चले जाते हैं, ज्योतिष कह रहे हैं हम तो आधा घंटा पहले चले जाते हैं. वेरी गुड ज्योतिष. अच्छा, उनसे मिलने के लिए मैं समझ रहा हूं ज्योतिष राज, नालायकी बहुत हो रही है आजकल, नालायक. Next, take plenty of water and rest. This is very, very important. Don't take stress before the examination, before the interview, guys. Don't take stress. Take plenty of water. Take plenty of rest. Okay, sleep properly. Keep drinking water, because that is very, very important before the interview. Carry 2 hard copies of your CV in a folder, in a proper folder. Carry 2 hard copies of your CV. Don't carry the CV in your hand, okay? Because sometimes you roll the CV like this, you put it inside your shirt, or you stack it somewhere. No, don't do that. Don't deform your CV. Your CV should look absolutely neat and clean. There should not be impressions of oil on your CV, or something which you have just eaten on that CV. Should not be. CV should be absolutely clean. Put it in a proper folder, zipped folder, and give it to the interviewer. That is very, very important. Then carry a notebook and a pen. You need to have some notings also during the interview. You might need to have. So carry a notebook and a smart pen. Everything should be very, very smart. Now, during the interview, what you should do during the interview? First of all, relax. Okay. First and foremost, relax. Okay. Now, many students have this habit of shaking their legs, or eating their nails, or doing some body gestures when they are nervous. All these body gestures, all these steps will indicate the interviewer that you are nervous. Do not let interviewer know that you are nervous. Okay. Don't let interviewer know that you are nervous. So relax, calm down, okay, before the interview. Next, listen carefully before responding. Now, many students don't even listen to the questions, and they start responding to the questions after hearing it midway. Never do that. Don't be that excited that you don't listen to the questions at all, and you just answer the questions without listening to the questions. First, listen to the question properly, calm down, listen to the question properly, and only then you should respond. So listen carefully before responding. Use specific examples to make your case. Now, this is very, very important tip, guys. If you say that I'm a good team player, please demonstrate it. Please give an example. If you say I'm good in direct taxation, please give an example. Example can be that, I was captain of my school basketball team, something of that sort. So whatever, thing that you are making, statement that you are making, whatever statement you make, please give specific examples of those statements. Next, firm handshakes and eye contact is very, very important. Firm handshake should be there. Handshake should not be normal. Okay, some students, what do they do is, if someone is shaking hand, then they would hold only the fingers like this. They would hold only the fingers like this and shake hand. No, no, no. You are not Queen Elizabeth, that the other person is going to hold your fingers and kiss your hand. No, no, you are not Queen Elizabeth. You need to have a firm handshake, which means that your hand should cross like this and should have a firm, firm handshake. And eye contact during the interview. Eye contact is a must. Okay, it demonstrates your confidence. It demonstrates your your ability to strike a conversation. So just have a firm handshake and good eye contact, and be positive and always smile during the interview, because if you are smiling, then the interviewer is impressed by you. So be positive and always smile during the interview. One very 3 important things which are absolute no while doing an interview. Okay, first, don't criticize your past employers or co-workers or anyone. Okay, don't criticize anyone. Okay, because if you criticize, then that will demonstrate that you have a nagging habit. You cannot nag. Okay, don't criticize anyone. So if if an interviewer asks you, why have not qualified in your first attempt? Why did you take 2 attempts to qualify CMA final? If the interviewer asks you, then don't say, oh, we have a teacher, Nikhil Gupta sir. He did not teach us well. He's not a good teacher. His course was not finished on time. He did not provide us the books. He did not finish the syllabus well. He is not a good teacher. Don't criticize anyone. Even if that teacher is the worst teacher in the universe, don't criticize any teacher. Don't criticize any your past employer or wherever you did your articleship from. Don't criticize anyone. If you criticize, then it is going to give a bad impression about you to the interviewer. Then don't sit without being asked to. Now this is very important. When once you enter the interview hall, then wait for them to ask you to sit. Don't sit uninvited. Maintain professionalism even if employer doesn't. Sometimes employer will instigate you to see your real side. He will say something unprofessional. Don't respond unprofessionally. You have to be professional all through the interview. Even if interview is trying to be unprofessional with you, you don't be unprofessional, because he's just trying to test you. This is a very important aspect. Okay. After the interview, what happens after the interview? और अगर वो टीचर बेस्ट हो तो क्या उसकी तारीफ करें वहां? हाँ भाई हाँ, अगर आपका टीचर बेस्ट है तो उसकी तारीफ जरूर करनी चाहिए कि हाँ, ये हमें बेस्ट टीचर मिला, इसने हमें बहुत कुछ सिखाया, लर्निंग के लिए बहुत कुछ था, उसकी तारीफ जरूर करनी चाहिए. नालायक. Now, what will you do after the interview? After the interview, आपको क्या करना चाहिए? That is an important thing. Exit greeting is very, very important. When you are exiting, then you should use words like thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I will be looking forward to hearing from you. These kind words should be there while you are exiting that interview hall. That is very, very important. Send a thank you note within 24 hours to the HR or to the email ID where you've got the invitation from. Send a thank you note, and within 2-3 days, follow up, guys. Follow up whether you are selected or not. So after interview, these things are to be done. Okay. Now this is very, very important, and I'm going to expand this slide. Okay. What to wear and what not to wear. This is very, very important slide, guys. What should be your attire? So I'm discussing the attire for men. What should men wear while they are giving an interview? What should they wear? Okay. Now, guys, I'll tell you one very important thing. Whenever you go to a party, or whenever go to a party or to a some shadi, some function of my cousin, or some relative is getting engaged or getting married, whenever I go to a function, I always take care that I'm not overdressed. I should not be overdressed. I should not have something which is very, very jazzy, very chamak chamak, very bright. I would be subtle. I choose subtle things, and I don't want to be overdressed. Okay. This is a caution which we all take when you are going to a party, that we think that we should not be overdressed. So today only I went to meet someone, and although I was telling you about that person only, he was late by a few minutes, but then I would make sure that I am not overdressed. Today was a Sunday. I cannot go in a suit or a blazer or a shirt and a trouser and a formal shoes on a Sunday to meet a friend. I cannot do that. No, absolutely not. I cannot do that. I am afraid that I should not be overdressed. But this rule is applicable only for personal life. Guys, for professional life, you can be overdressed, but you cannot be underdressed. So if you're thinking whether I should wear a tie or not, please wear it. Don't worry. You will never be overdressed for a interview. For interview, you have to be overdressed, but overdressed in a formal way, not in an informal way. So of course, jeans is absolutely not allowed in any professional interview. Light colored shirt for men, light colored shirt, and a dark colored blazer and a dark colored trouser. Blazer is always preferable. सर गर्मी बहुत है, दिल्ली में गर्मी बहुत है, इतनी गर्मी में ब्लेजर कैसे पहनेंगे? ब्लेजर में तो हम पसीने पसीने हो जाएंगे. Guys, don't worry. Our CMA Bhavan, where the interview happens, it's fully AC, centrally AC, and wherever the company is located, there also it's completely AC. Carry your blazer in your hand and wear it inside the interview hall. No worries. But do wear a blazer. Do wear a cuffling. Do wear a cuffling. Cuffling should be there. Okay. So do wear a cuffling. Don't worry. Wear a good pen. You should have a pen in your pocket. Wear a pen. You cannot wear a pocket square. Pocket square is not permitted. It's not acceptable. Wear subtle shoes, laced shoes. Laces should be there in the shoes. That is very, very important. Shoes should be laced shoes, not without laces shoes. Wear a watch. Yes, it gives a good impression. Just like the gentleman in gray suit, which you can see on your screen, this gentleman will have has everything that is required for a perfect interview. Okay, one very important thing: no earrings. For guys, no earrings, no tattoos. Okay, tattoos should be avoided. So you cannot say, oh, अब तो मैं सीए बन गया, अब तो मैं यहाँ पर सीएम में लिखवा लूंगा, सीएम में मैं यहाँ पर टैटू बनवा लेता हूँ. No guys, no tattoos at all. Yes, you are CMA. I appreciate that. You have worked hard for it. I appreciate that. You are very happy to become a CMA. I appreciate that. I appreciate everything that that is linked to you becoming a CMA for sure. I appreciate that. But no tattoos, no piercing, no earrings, nothing at all. Shirt cuffs show only slightly at the wrist. Conservative two-piece suit, dark shoes and socks. This is a perfect attire for men. Now, how can I forget women? How can I forget women? And guys, for women, my humble and sincere request is, please be underdressed. Please be underdressed. It is not a fashion fiesta where you are going. It is not a fashion show that you will be attending, that you wear very bright makeup and have puffy hairs and wearing heavy jewelry. No, it's not a fashion fiesta where you're going to showcase your fashion sense. No. The problem with girls is that they have more options than required for dressing up. They have much more options than men for dressing up. So the risk with women is that they would risk themselves for being overdressed rather than underdressed. They will be overdressed. So all the ladies out here, please be underdressed. Okay, please be subtly dressed. You cannot be overdressed. I'll tell you what, I had an interview. I was taking interview of a chartered accountant girl. She was a very very intelligent girl, very good merits also. But the thing is that when she came to the interview table, I asked her a question: have you completed your CA in first attempt? She said, yes, I have completed my CA in first attempt. And her danglers which she was wearing, they were this long danglers in her hair, long danglers in her hair. They said, yes. This is how her danglers were swinging and making that jhanar sound. Guys, anything, any accessory, any cloth, any handbag which makes now noise, which creates noise, it is to be avoided during an interview. Many girls like to have some keychains tied in their bags. When they walk, those keychains make a sound, jhan. Please avoid all those keychains. Keep them in your home, not to the interview table. Your bag should be absolutely noiseless. Your earrings should be absolutely noiseless. Your accessory that you're wearing should be absolutely noiseless. There should not be noise, because if there is a noise, then it is going to disturb the interviewer and you are at a loss. Only you are at a loss, because the interviewer will get distracted and disturbed. So guys, simple as that. Women, men overdress, women underdress. Very differentiation. Yes, this is my recommendation. Men should overdress and women should underdress. This is actually my recommendation, because of obvious reasons. I don't want to explain those reasons. Okay, and I know all the women out there are going to beat me after this particular session goes live. Please don't beat me. Please don't thrash me. Okay. And guys, finally, five key winning strokes in any interview. Five key important things in any interview. Okay, 5 things that will make you or break you in the interview. Okay, number 1, work experience. It comprises of 36% of your success story. If you have good work experience, demonstrate it as much as possible. Write as much as possible in your CV. Don't worry whether the CV is covered in 1 page, 2 page, 3 page. Don't worry at all. Write work experience in detail, telling about the special things which you have done, telling about the most important things which you have done, telling about the issues which you have resolved, make a CV which has a plethora of work experience. It counts for 36% of your success. Second, first impression of the candidate. The first impression is the last impression, guys. So my manager used to say, guys, my manager used to say, what? First 20 inches, that is your face. First 20 minutes, that is the time of the interview. And first 20 words which you speak out of your mouth, and the interview is over. Rest is just formality. So first impression is the last impression. So first impression should be 24. First impression counts for 24% of your success rate. Now Zainab has asked a very, very relevant question. The question is, articleship, whenever you are going for articleship, there's no experience. When there's no experience, then would we lose that 36% marks? No, you will not lose that 36% marks, because your extracurricular activities which you have done in your school and colleges will compensate for this work experience. Your academic career, your academic credentials will compensate for this work experience. Your knowledge of direct taxation, indirect taxation, IFRS, costing, FM will compensate for this work experience. So your 36% will be your skills, will be your extracurricular activity. So many students, sometimes ask me, sir, I was, playing cricket at district level and I was a champion there. Should I mention it in CV? Obviously you should. Obviously you should. You should write everything which you have done in your life in your CV, any extracurricular activity, anything that you have written. You have written a blog, you have written a speech, you have given a extempore, you have participated in a debate, painting, theater, anything that you have done in your life, please write it in the CV, and that will compensate for yourself. Can CMA choose a career in stock market? Of course yes. AMC? Of course yes. CMA has got absolutely wide plethora of opportunities to choose from. First impression of the candidate, 24%, it counts for 24%. Your education will count for 12% of your success. Professional qualification will count for 10% of your success. Please note, you ask me, I qualified in 3 attempts. Will I be, able to perform well in the interview? Yes, you will. It's only 10% of your entire chance that is getting hampered by your 3rd or 4th attempt qualification. So 10% for your professional qualification. References play a very important role, guys, over here, because a person who comes, who carries a reference with him, if you carry a reference with yourself, that will be very, very beneficial for you in your pursuing this long-term goal. So yes, references is a very, very important thing that you should carry with yourself. Referencing is 9% of your CV. Then X factor, the X factor. Now this is an inexplainable factor. This factor cannot be explained in words, guys. What is this X factor? So guys, there's something about the connect between two individuals, which is the interviewer and the interviewee. Okay, between the interviewer and interviewee, there is a connect. Which is that connect? That connect is the X factor. That connect is that X factor which connects interviewer and interviewee. And this factor you need to develop yourself. It counts for 9%. You need to have a good chemistry with the interviewer, and you can have it only when you are absolutely comfortable. You are not nervous. If you are nervous, you cannot have that X factor with the interviewer. So guys, be comfortable in your interview. Just be comfortable, calm down in your interview, and you will have that X factor. Yes, that is the correct word. Vibes. What are your vibes? Absolutely. What are your vibes? How are your vibes there? Okay, vibes is the most important word, which Zanab has perfectly said. So vibes is very, very important. That X factor is that vibes which counts for 9% of your entire success rate. So this is the ratio in which you get your scores in your interviews. Okay, so yes guys, this was all for the interview sessions. If you take care of these things, then you will definitely score well in your interviews, and you will definitely are bound to succeed in your interviews if you remember these things. So these things are very, very important. Please take care of these things. And yes, to the best of my experience of working in the big fours for past many years, I have culled down all these points for you for your interview skills. And yes, all the very best for your interview journey. All the very best. May you get good score in your interviews and you get through big companies in your interview. And yes guys, a very, very big achievement for Bright Vision Academy. achievement is that, guys, yes, this year we have scored maximum number of AIRs in entire country in CMA final. And of course, I'm not taking any credit out of my students' hand. This is all the efforts of my students. This is all the efforts of my CMA final students. We have got the maximum number of CMA final ranks. And thank you so much for trusting us, for trusting us that we can guide you, we can mentor you, we can be used to you in your professional career. Thanks for trusting us, and for this gift that you've given me, and you give me every 6 months of having the AIRs, which I can proudly say that yes, this is the AIRs which I have earned. Although I'm not taking credit, because it's not my credit, guys, it's not my faculty's credit, it's all credit of the students who work really hard for them. So yes, happy to have these meritorious students. All the best for their career. I hope this session was useful to you. In the comment box, please write if you want any other such session, if you want any session which will be useful for you in your career. If you want those sessions, please write in the comment section below, and I'll be coming up with those sessions for all of you till we meet again. All the very best and happy studying. Bye bye. See you in the next session.